I'm joined by Alina Yurenko, who is
Hi.
out of Ukraine,
Yes.
right? And what is your exact title? You work on GraalVM.
Yeah,
What is
I
your
work on GraalVM as developer advocate. So
right?
that's what I do, like talking to people about GraalVM, what it can do for them, getting feedback, bringing feedback back to our product team, basically like that.
Right. Well, so I had a great time yesterday. I went to Oracle Labs in Zurich
Wow,
and
cool.
met Thomas Worthinger, who's in charge of the program. And so he's been working on this for 7 years and published more than 60 papers. And now, finally, this thing is about to go commercial. Let's explain to people what it is.
GraalVM is this new kind of high-performance polyglot virtual machine. So what it means that it can run many languages and it can run them with a really high performance. So it was designed to be performant not for one language but for many languages. There
Right.
are already many languages that we support on GraalVM, and we have plans to add more of them on the platform. So I think there will be some interesting updates as we go.
And it really is the first universal language compiler. I mean, of course, it's not entirely universal because it doesn't have all the languages, but no
Not
other.
yet,
not
but
yet.
let's see
but
what
it-
happens.
Exactly, it could, but it really actually delivers on that. Now, explain the difference between, the GraalVM compiler and the Hotspot VM.
Okay, so as a base, GraalVM has Hotspot VM with a compiler replaced. So we have our own Graal compiler, which is brand new, written from scratch, and you can plug in into Hotspot VM and see what works better for you. Like you can compare performance with different compilers, and now you have this freedom to kind of plug in external compiler and see what works best for your particular workload.
Right, and how easy is it to choose a different compiler when you're a Java programmer?
Well, if you're using latest Java versions, it's already in there, like not the whole GraalVM, but the compiler part is already in there, and you can just enable it. It's a matter of a few command line flags. You can just like enable GMCI, enable external compiler, and try it just as it is. But if you want like a full experience, it's also not so hard. You can just go to graalvm.org and download it from there. And it's basically a drop-in replacement. So
Right.
there isn't much else that you need to do to run your programs on GraalVM. You don't need to adapt them to be compatible with GraalVM. They are working as they are. You can just take it, use it, see the performance, and be happy with the improvements you get, and maybe report back to us what were the results, because we are really interested in each particular use case, how well
Right.
did it perform.
Right, and big companies like Twitter are using it.
Yeah, actually Twitter is using Graal compiler, and they, like what they are using it for is they have this microservices written in Scala, and that's another interesting thing about GraalVM. So it optimizes Scala really well, because Scala itself produces a slightly different type of bytecode, and GraalVM can optimize it. We have actually a full article on that with benchmarks and stuff, so if you're a Scala developer, you can check it. But like off the top of my head, numbers are like from 10% up to 30% improvement, and
Wow.
basically, yeah, you don't need to do anything manually.
Right.
You just take it, you run a program on it, get a performance boost.
Right, and so there's a couple, so many interesting things about GraalVM.
Yeah.
It's polyglot. It's the first JVM written in Java, so you can go in there and read it and,
Yeah.
and understand how it's made. Then the performance. Why should developers care about performance and care about GraalVM?
I think like everyone perhaps cares about performance, because right now when you have more performant application, that's basically your goal, I think, in many cases, because first of all, you make your users more happy because the application is running faster, and this way you get like better user experience. You definitely reduce the cost of running your application because
Right.
it's running faster, and you can save some money. So I think, and with the solution as simple as that, I think it's definitely worth giving it a try and looking how it works on your particular application.
Right, and it's so interesting too. Another concept is, it's almost ecologically more sound, right? Because the longer something runs, the more electricity it uses, right? So
Yeah, actually that's what I like about GraalVM, that there are so many aspects about it that
Right.
we still kind of explore what are the new use cases of it, of what it can do else for people. Sometimes we are ourselves kind of impressed when we see some new information appear on Twitter or something where people
Right.
tried something completely new on
Yeah.
GraalVM and it worked for them, because
Yeah.
because like except for the languages that we support as a team, you can also add your own language on GraalVM platform and
Right.
get this benefit of getting access to this rich ecosystem of tools and stuff. And
Right,
it's
exactly.
really simple.
So it's kind of democratizing the Java platform further. So now, I don't know if you mentioned this yet, native images, what are those?
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning it because many people talk about it, and I think there is a good reason for it. Because what we can do, we can ahead of time compile Java application, so it will start really fast and it will consume so much less memory. I have a talk later today, so if you are around here in Berlin, come join. And basically what you get is that your application starts, depending on the application itself, but really fast. It could be like matter of like instantly, and it consumes so much less resources. So perhaps it's something that you would care the most in environments like cloud and microservices, where you have like tons of those microservices running, and you want to scale them back and forth, and you want all of that to be really quick. So GraalVM can offer you these native images, which are kind of native executable, so they don't need any external environment to run.
Right. I mean, you said something in your talk that you gave in Rome. You said you can run it on a machine that's never seen a JVM.
Yeah, basically, yeah, because you get, in the end, you get your fully working application, and it's a native binary, so
Right.
it's fully functional by itself.
Right. Of course, it's just for that machine, right? So it's not a write once, run anywhere situation anymore.
Yeah, but like depending on the platform where you want to use it, yeah, but the best thing is that it's everything that you need for the application to run, you compile ahead of time. So at the end, you get machine code which is fully functional and can do this job without any external dependencies.
Right. So maybe as a last point here, now there's a GraalVM community edition that's out there right now that people can get, and there's a lot of project updates. What's going on?
Yeah, actually we rolled out a few important updates recently, so thank you for asking that. The one I want to start with is libgraal, which is our Graal compiler, pre-compiled ahead of time using our own native images technologies. That's
Okay.
kind of interesting. We are using like another project component
Right.
to compile a Graal compiler ahead of time.
Right.
So it would start up even faster, and also it would avoid interfering with the application heap. So you will get more precise JIT profile gathering.
Right.
That's one important update, and there will be, we are actually right now working on an article about it, so there will be more information about it coming up soon.
That's called
Also-
libgraal.
libgraal,
Okay.
yes, because it's a library, so libgraal, yeah. Also, we have isolates, which are
Right.
which is a way of running applications separately, so they don't interfere with each other, which is kind of gives you this ability to avoid additional garbage collection, this kind of things. And
Isn't it
also-
more so secure as well?
Kinda is, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can explore this one deeper too. And another update that I want to mention is that we are working on making native images generation even more convenient for people. So we rolled out this new Maven plugin, and you can configure the native image even faster right in your IDE.
Well, thank you, Alina, for
Thank you
joining
so much
us.
for inviting me.
Yeah, and thank you for watching Oracle Groundbreakers Live.